Hello, everybody. Welcome to a chat with Gareth James. This is the first of a series of videos that we're making where we're having just a conversation with various members of the BSO, asking them to explain more about questions that the everyday business owner asks, really. So Gareth, as we start this video on today, would you like to just quickly introduce yourself, tell the public who you are?
Thank you, Brett. Yes, I'm Gareth James, and I'm from Clockwork Eye Video Productions, and we specialize in video, of all things. Basically, what we do is we either create marketing campaigns, or produce a one-off video, or we also do training where we help people understand, create, and use video effectively. And we do that through our training packages, and also we have a club that has loads of how-tos, and basically members can just approach us to get advice, etc. So
fantastic. Yeah. And that's how we first started speaking, wasn't it? It was Kate. We started off with was it Joe Plymmer who introduced
it was Joe. Joe introduced us. She told me I needed to speak with you. We had a chat, and then I thought, wow, I like the BSO as well, so I joined.
Yeah, because I then came on one of your Q&A sessions, wasn't it? Are you still doing Q&A?
Yes, we do the free video Q&A sessions on the first Wednesday of every month, at 4 o'clock. So people can book on, ask us anything. So if they're a little bit confused, or they're a little bit challenged, or they want to start but don't have the confidence, then they can come along, and we'll just give them advice on basically any problems that they have which are video related.
Brilliant. Fantastic. So I'm going to jump into some questions now for those who are watching here. I have prepared some questions. We have given Gareth a little bit of a heads up on the kind of things that we may be asking, not necessarily what order. And as Gareth knows, the reason why he's smiling a little bit is because no doubt we will go off on a tangent. Undoubtedly, I will swear at some point, so please don't hold it against me. It is a bit like a disability for me. And I'm going to try and tease as much information out as I can to help you when you are basically making videos yourself or any kind of challenge you're becoming. So Gareth, are you ready to go?
I am. I just want to say about going off for a tangent. You know, we actually started this 45 minutes ago, and we've only just started recording.
Yeah, to be fair, but I don't think that's a record for us. I think that first meeting we did 2.5 hours, wasn't it?
we're going to be here in about 4 hours.
Absolutely. Well, I hope Santa Claus will be coming soon, anyway. So, yeah. So let's start off then, Gareth. Let's start off with the big question. So, okay, business owners. You're a business owner. I'm a business owner. We're bombarded all day, every day that we need to go and do the next new thing, whether that be we need to increase our social media presence on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is. Then we have to go and do this. So come on, Gareth, video. Why should we be using video?
Okay, I'm going to say something that I say to everybody when I do my talks and I do my coursework. Yeah, video is just a medium. Okay, a lot of people put it on a pedestal, right? Put it up there and oh, it's so difficult, it's so complicated, oh, you know. And other video production companies will probably tell you how it's so difficult and all the rest of it to make. Whereas in reality, it's just a medium. It's the best medium because it's show and tell.
Okay.
So essentially, you're doing your social media posts, you're trying to get attention. This is all about getting attention, yeah? Whenever we do any social media stuff, we're trying to get people's attention. Mm-hmm. And then we're trying to get them to engage once we've got their intention. Now, if you use text and images, okay, that will work to a degree. But video, because it's actually moving image, and also you can actually meet the person technically, yeah, then it's a better medium to use, because you can also get your personality across and your passion. Now, I could write a script that basically said about how wonderful video is, but at the end of the day, if I deliver it, and I'm delivering it with the passion that I have for video, so I will apologize if I do go on, because I love video, I love creating it, I love helping people create it, and the reason for that is because then you've got more chance of engagement from people.
Okay.
You know, and the fact that the social media platforms have all swayed towards video as being the medium of choice, you know.
So when you talk about videos then, so what kind of videos do people actually watch? Because that's one of the things people ask me about all the while. is that if you're looking at videos, but if we do it, nobody's going to watch it. So what kind of thing are people watching then?
Well, there's several different angles to this, because at the end of the day, you can do anything from a demo of your product,
Right.
yeah, through to marketing videos, which help people solve problems.
Right.
But when you're doing that, you don't want to give too little and you don't want to give too much. If you tell, for example, I once needed to fill a form in, which was accounts based, and I went on YouTube. I found the answer of how to fill it in, and it was a bookkeeper who went through exactly how to fill it all in. I couldn't tell you what their business was, what her name was. I couldn't remember, because she told me everything I needed to know.
Okay.
So there is a trick to video marketing, and that is giving people information which helps them, but also then encourages them to get in touch. So that's video marketing. Demos, as I say.
Sorry to jump in there, Gareth. So are you talking here then just the general things that we would do anyway? So when we had a chat for the first time, you were giving me some tips about video, even though you didn't really know me, and I was giving you tips about networking and sales strategies and different things like those kind of areas. So in other words, the kind of stuff that we would talk about naturally in a pub.
That's right.
Just do that on a video.
That's right. Basically, what you've got to realize, what a lot of people don't realize, is that all businesses solve problems.
Yeah.
I mean, when we had our conversation and you said, what problem do you solve? And I went, well, I do this. And you went, no, you do this. I was like, oh my God, yeah, I do. You know, and it was like this mind blown.
By the way, everybody, Gareth's face at that point was,
yeah, it was like,
it's quite funny. It's quite, I should have recorded it. It would have been brilliant.
Yeah, it would have been funny.
Yeah.
But all businesses solve a problem. People are not going on to Google and saying, good solicitor videos. Right? Nobody's doing that. Nobody's going on and saying, oh, do you know, I'm in the mood for a good accountancy video. I really am. Yeah. So at the end of the day, creating content that will help people with the problems they're experiencing that your business solves is just the most common sense thing to do. The thing is, it's the way you deliver it as well. Okay, so this is what we do in our training, is we teach people how to start the video. Because, for example, if you started off with, hello, my name is, and I am, and I do, nobody cares. It's a fact. At the end of the day, when I watch a video, I want to see the information. I want to hear the information. I want you to tell me something. I want to see a solution. Yeah. So basically, getting to the point, we have 10 commandments of video marketing. The first one is, don't make a video about yourself, because nobody will watch it.
Fair enough.
If you make a video of you talking about you, then nobody cares, unless you're famous. You know, the second rule is basically get to the bloody point. You've got 5 to 7 seconds to engage with people on video. You know, they could just click away.
So it's all about that hook early doors, basically getting in there, start helping.
Yeah. And why would I watch something if you don't tell me what I'm going to get?
That's a good point, actually. So at the moment, over the last number of months, I've been watching quite a few videos on YouTube, mainly about our Florida trip next year, because I've never been to Florida, so I'm going to find out where we're going, maximise. I think we're trying to cram about 7 months worth of stuff into a fortnight, I think is the. So we try. I don't have to go. I need to go to Florida now because we know that much about everywhere to go. But they'll keep putting these 60-second, 90-second intros. Thinking, I really can't be bothered with it. Just fast forward it.
Exactly. 5 to 7 seconds is your engagement time, you know? So there's those kind of videos. But the thing is, people whenever people talk about video, going back to the different types and the reason for using it, people talk about video and they immediately think YouTube, you know, Facebook, stuff that you just generally see. Yeah. Whereas in reality, you can actually create content that can be used privately or can be used, you know, to re-engage with people. I'll give you an example. So we've got a client who's an accountant. We've made a series of videos with them, and it was basically, for example, how we will move you from your existing accountant to us, the process, right? They don't put that out publicly. what they do is they basically have that. They go to a presentation, and they got a very big client off the back of this.
Mm-hmm.
But they went to a presentation. They were up against a couple of other big accountancies who were bigger than them, and they had the videos and stuff. But when they sent the presentation through, you know, their proposal through, it had the videos. So board members, when they asked how they won the contract, basically they were told because of the videos. Because the board members who couldn't attend the presentation still got to see the process, and it won for them. Because think about it.
Yeah.
You do a proposal. You're one of 3 people, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Your proposal lands on the desk as a PDF. Okay. And they read in it, and they read it. I got to read this one. I got to read this one. But let's say you put videos in yours. You're back in their head. You're back in their head. Oh, Brett, I remember Brett. Yeah, he was quite good. Yeah. Oh, right. You're back in their head.
Factor, especially from a sales perspective, is a case of, I mean, I'm thinking not just board members, things like with committees and things where decision makers aren't there. Even with small businesses, husband and wife teams, it's always been a nightmare. You need to try. Just a general tip: anybody who's looking to sell anywhere, make sure all the decision makers are in the room at the time. Otherwise, you're relying on the sales ability of another party to be able to sell to somebody else.
Yeah.
So that there is actually a really good tip. But it can actually add to it and give you a more of a fighting chance.
Yeah, totally. And there's more than that as well. There's more ways to use video. Video, again, I've got to go back to it. It's just a medium. Yeah. Okay, it's an effective medium because it's show and tell.
Cool. So I'm conscious this will be a 14-hour video epic.
Okay.
You have to get the lady with the ice cream standing in the corner. If anybody's too young to remember that, ask your mum and dad. You used to like that when you go to the cinema. You used to get the what's it called?
You used to have a break.
Yeah, they used to put the splicing in the.
We've gone off on a tangent.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, anyway. Apologies. 5-7 seconds. 5-7 seconds. Right. Okay. Come on then, Gareth. Right. You've sold me. Okay. I'm going to start using video as a medium. How much is this going to cost me? Is it going to cost me a fortune to start using it?
Well, in reality, and this actually annoys me more than anything. You know, when I first started back in 2011, essentially I did market research by contacting loads of video production companies and asking them how much it would cost for XYZ.
Yeah. Okay.
And it astonished me the range of cost. Yeah, from 1,000 up to 10, 15,000, and I knew what was involved.
Right.
So I knew exactly how that would be made, and we kind of, at that point, I said, right, our business, we're going to be a fixed price. So we're going to only charge on time.
Okay.
Okay. So essentially, we only charge for the time that we're working on the project. Yeah. So nowadays, it's even better because now people are able to create their own videos. We've all got smartphones.
Right.
Yeah. So essentially, there's a video function on there. So why not use it? But it's knowing what to make. It's knowing how to make it. This is the thing that we're doing in our training. So a small business, a one-person band business can actually create good quality, effective video for themselves. Yeah. For free. Yeah. Okay. I mean,
to start off with, literally just use that.
Literally just use that. We have on our website, there's a free equipment list where you can download, and it'll tell you all the stuff you need, and basically from basic filming through to advanced stuff. Okay.
So what kind of, I'm going to preempt this. I'm going to obviously go to your what's your web address?
It's clockworkeye.co.uk.
Okay, so people go to that, you'll be able to find that. But I'm going to press you. What kind of things, if somebody's saying, right, I can't be bothered to download that, what kind of things would you be saying you could do with?
The basics that you can get going with are basically a tripod, microphone. So tripod, microphone's about 30 quid. Yeah, it's a wired mic. Yeah. Okay. A tripod will cost you around about 30 quid, and because you're using your phone, you need to use a clamp to mount onto the tripod, and they're about 8 quid.
Okay, I've got one of those. I mean, I had that earlier. So things like a selfie stick. I mean, this one's got like a little tripod.
Well, yeah, the actual clamp itself.
Yeah.
is see, props. Hey kids, when you're making videos for yourself, keep the props, keep them handy.
Preparation.
Where are you?
I haven't got that question in here either, Gareth. That's right, okay. Oh, I have. I'll ask you. I'll ask you number 7 in a minute.
Okay.
Mistakes. Don't worry, Gareth.
Yeah, I can't find my clamp. But anyway, so it's basically like a little clamp that just spring loaded and it screws onto the tripod, and then basically you clamp your phone in there, you plug your microphone into your phone, and then you're ready to go. And you put your mic on, and away you go. And that'll be good, because all we're doing there is we're focusing on the visual quality will be good, the audio quality will be good, and it'll be stable. There's nothing worse. I see nothing worse when I see people basically going up to people and saying, "Oh, do me a testimonial," and they're all shaky and the rest of it, and then they think that's good quality. I actually have a saying, yeah, and basically what I always say to people is that perspective is everything. How perception is everything. Sorry,
Okay.
Couldn't think of the word. So English, very difficult language. Perception is everything. Now, if I wrote a blog and I posted it and I didn't check the spelling or the grammar, what would people perceive me to be like?
Okay.
If I took a photograph and it was rubbish, what would people be like? Well, that's terrible. And the same thing goes for video. And the saying I always use is, if I give you my business card and it was a piece of A4 paper, yeah, printed out on A4 and cut out with scissors, and I put it on my pocket and I give you that, what would your perception of me be?
It wouldn't be the best.
Cheap. So just making sure that you get those simple things will help you. So it can be free. And this is what we're teaching on our courses, is how you can make your own videos. I mean, Jo, who introduced us, she's been on my course.
Okay.
And yeah. So
yeah, Jo Plummer mentioned earlier.
Yeah, she's making some cracking videos. Yeah.
Well, I've seen some of them. She's been out and about and
all sorts.
Is that right? What you told me the other day, that she basically, her recording studio is the smallest room in the house?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. People, if you don't know what the smallest room in the house is, ask your mom and dad again. They'll know what it is. Okay.
It's the one with the best plain wall.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's it.
But she goes out with a selfie stick, which people should also think about. You're allowed to be human, you see.
Human?
You're allowed to be a human being, and you're allowed to. This will lead me into your next question, which is the mistakes one, isn't it?
No, because I'm decided I'm not going to ask that one now, because you know what? Go on then, Gareth.
Segue into that.
Come on then. Well, come on. So just like I haven't actually given you the actual questions, and I said I might ask you number 7. What are the biggest mistakes people make when creating videos, apart from having their props to hand?
Apart from having their props to hand, I didn't even think about props. I didn't think I'd need them. But the biggest mistakes people make, I could tell you now, right? The people start with good intentions, and they stop rather quickly. Several reasons. Number 1, they don't like the sound of their own voice. Okay. I'm sorry to tell you, but that's how you sound. Okay. The fact that you don't like the sound of it, if you're that conscious of it, stop speaking, because that's how you sound to everybody else. Right? Get over it.
Yeah. So the reason I'm laughing is when I speak on stage, I used to have as you can tell, I have a regional accent. It's not as strong as most of my family. But when I used to be on stage, I used to be conscious that I might be talking about some of the best stuff ever, but I'll always sound like I work on the bins.
Yeah.
I actually spoke to, you're not supposed to agree with that, Gareth.
Yeah.
All over people just before Christmas, But yeah, and I actually spoke to a couple of speaking coaches. They went, get over it, you're fine.
Get over it.
It's just like, you either change your accent. It says you could do with slowing down, but you're from the Black Country, so you're doing quite well already anyway, just trying to use just even words with 3 syllables in, to be fair. Yeah. It said, but the content, but what you're talking about is genuine. And that comes through. Exactly. If you try to change your accent, it'll be false. And not you, so don't worry about it. Get over it.
What I say to people is, the only people who like to hear the sound of their own voice are narcissists. So if you don't like the sound of your own voice, you're not a narcissist, and that's a good thing. Okay. That's genuinely what people do. Now we have a little trick. If you want to start video and you're a bit conscious of your own self, film yourself doing your 60-second pitch. You don't even need to set it up on a tripod with a microphone. Just film yourself, put it on a bookcase or something, and film yourself doing your 60-second pitch. Look at it, laugh at it, delete it. Okay, that's commandment number 8. It's only digital. You can delete it. Okay, so look at it, laugh at it, delete it, do it again. Look at it, laugh at it, delete it, do it again. And I can guarantee you that after a while, you'll start going, well, it's better than the first one. Because until you start, you've got nothing to compare it to. But the sound of your own voice is the sound of your own voice. You've got to get over yourself. The other mistake that people make is that they become their own biggest critics. Okay, so they'll start and they'll go, oh, I don't know, am I saying all the right thing? Oh, and they'll become their own biggest critics. Oh, I said, now you can and you are allowed.
Mm-hmm.
People have words that they use, which essentially, I always say at the end of the day, and basically, they are my 2 that I know, right? And I'm conscious of the fact that I say them all the time. So when I'm doing a video, what I try to discipline myself is that when I say basically, that I won't say it again for a few more sentences, because otherwise it'll basically just get basically rubbish.
Are your friends the same as mine? I once spoke, I've been a best man a couple of times, and they took basically a couple of sweepstakes. Normally there were sweepstakes, how long is the speech going to last?
Yeah.
Which they didn't even mind in minutes, I think they did in days. But the other one was how many times I used the words basically at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It was about 50 quid riding on it.
Yeah.
I wish I'd known. I would have fudged it.
Yeah. Apart from you can't, because it's such a natural thing for you to do when you're talking that it's difficult to get away from. But essentially, what people do is that they will critique themselves too much,
mm-hmm.
and they make life difficult. Why make life difficult?
Is that because we live in a world where media and we're constantly surrounded by actors and this kind of thing, and the constant? And let's face it, Ryan Reynolds' videos are brilliant.
Yeah.
But he's pretty good at what he does. I'm pretty sure he's done some training at some point. And
he's done a bit of training, and he's been in a few things that really have helped him. People try to compare themselves to that level when they shouldn't.
Okay.
You're making a video about, let's say you are a solicitor.
Mm-hmm.
You're allowed to be a human being as well.
Not if you're a solicitor. No, it's against the law.
Okay, let's accountant. If you're an accountant, you're allowed to be a human being. You're allowed to make mistakes. Okay, and I use a bit of I think it's funny, but a lot of people don't get it. But there is a saying: "To err is human." Okay, and if you can finish the rest of the quote, I'll be very impressed. So answers in the comments. So basically,
at the end of the day,
right? To err is human. You're allowed to go. You're allowed to think. You're allowed to be human. You're allowed to. The other thing people do is they think to themselves, I have to do this. I have to look straight into the lens, and I can't blink, and I have to do this video like this. Okay. Whereas in reality, if I asked you a question and we were networking, you'd be like, well, yeah, and you think about it, and you're allowed to think, because it's human. But we have a saying. Our saying is a finished video is better than a perfect one.
Cool.
Okay. If people strive constantly for perfection, they will never achieve anything. Okay. And it's about engagement. So using your personality. If you every other word, then yes, it's an issue. If you every other word, it's an issue. Okay. But if you every now and then go, and what you really need to, then that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
So they're common mistakes. People that, and the other thing is, I had a meeting the other day with somebody who came on our training, and he'd got in touch with us a year ago, and then he got back in touch, and I said, well, what's common is people, because he was doing course videos, so he was on our course where you do screen grab at the same time. I said, well, what a lot of people do is they mess it up and oh god, and they start again, and they mess it up and they start again, they mess it up and start again. But what we teach is how to do it, and when you mess up, to just not worry about it. Yeah, because you will mess up, but don't worry about it. Okay.
So is this a bit like when we were once again on stage? When it's like the old thing, isn't it? If you mess up and you're doing a presentation, don't worry about it, because the only person who knows who's messed up is you.
Yeah, exactly.
Just keep going. And if there is a mistake in there or there's a picture upside down, just go with it.
Yeah, and with video,
Who cares?
with video, it's even better because there's always editing.
Well, good point. Good point. I might cut that. Well, I don't know. I might leave some of the good stuff in this one. See how good my editing skills are later. So, okay, I'm going to change the topic a little bit. There's a couple of other questions I do want to ask. I'm a little bit conscious of time. But YouTube, making money. We're surrounded by this celebrity white teeth culture.
Okay.
Money do people actually make from YouTube? Is it me putting this on YouTube? Am I going to become a millionaire overnight?
No.
Why?
Because the money that you get from advertising on from monetization on YouTube is actually very little. No, I don't know the exact numbers, but you're looking at basically about $1 every 1,000 views.
Okay.
And you can't monetize until you've got 1,000 subscribers.
Right.
Oh, and also there's a time period, I think is 12 hours rolling view time.
So unless you've got thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands or hundreds of thousands of followers and hundreds of thousands of video views, you ain't gonna make jack.
No, because it's getting there and being different and having something that's different to other people. There's loads of political podcasts on YouTube, for example, but only certain ones really take.
Gareth, I'm stopping you there. We're not going down the political route. Last time
I'm just using it.
We got in trouble. We're not going down. I did another one, by the way, another semi-political one. There was nearly a fight. In this case, people could have gone through. I didn't mean it to be political, but it just ended up that way.
Yeah, stay away from politics. But that's an example. Are you original? Have you got something that nobody else has? Have you got a personality that people will enjoy watching if you want to be a YouTube star? So to all of you, I get people asking me because their kids want to be bloody YouTube stars.
Right. Yeah.
In reality, no. Basically, have fun with the video, make videos and make them for fun. Don't make them for the intention of being famous.
Got you. In that case, I should be safe. And it's a case of, by the way, if people are conscious I'm looking down all the while, I'm not practiced in this kind of thing. Yes, I have got notes. I am ticking things off. I am trying to also get Gareth off guard as well, by the way. So it's a case of, it's one of those.
Can I very quickly say it amazes me how many people focus on subscribers.
Right.
Yeah? But as I say, it depends what you do. For example, if you're a divorce solicitor, don't expect to get subscribers. Nobody is going to come along and get advice from you about divorce and then go, do you know what? Just in case the next one doesn't work out, I'll subscribe.
Actually, that'd be a good video. Your wife's reaction when she realizes you've subscribed to divorce some channels.
We do a lot of work with solicitors, and my search history, even Google thinks I'm getting divorced.
I'm saying nothing. No. The reason why is that who was I was having a chat with the other day? We're talking. Okay, we both reached an age now. We start going to more funerals and weddings, and it's one of those things. I can't remember who it was. I'm running through like list of friends and people I knew and things like that who died. Thinking, hang on a second. The only common factor is I know all of them. Jesus Christ, I'm a fucking suspect. Like, oh my God, what's going on? So, apologies. I just realised I swore again. And you know what? I think that's a new record. I hadn't swore up until that point. No. I'm kind of proud because I'm going to leave it in. Right, cool. Okay. Right, okay, come on then, Gareth. Couple of final things to ask about. Basically, I'd like to know, or I would like you to give me off the cuff, a really good example of what can be done with little or no budget. Okay, there's going to be some videos out there you've gone, you know what, these were phenomenal, but they had very little budget.
Yeah, the one that immediately springs to mind is Dollar Shave Club.
Okay. Very little budget.
He had a couple of $1,000 I think he paid his friend something like $4,000. I don't quote me on the number, but it
Right.
was a friend of his that was a video person and said, "Yeah, I'll do it for you." And he had the idea, and he made the Dollar Shave Club. The story goes that basically he had the idea of the Dollar Shave Club. He was going to the investors; they weren't really getting it. So he made the video, took it to the investors, and they went, "Oh yeah, we get it, and it's really good." And they invested. And then he wasn't going to use the video in his marketing. And
Okay.
his friends said, "Don't be stupid, put it out there." He put it out there, it went viral, and they launched, and they had to shut the servers down because they couldn't handle the amount of orders coming in.
Joking.
Yeah, it was phenomenal, but that was done on a very, very small budget, but it went viral.
It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
It is a brilliant video, but the thing is, don't focus. I would say to people, don't think to yourself, "Oh, I need to make a viral video," because you've seen the Dollar Shave Club video. I've seen it. Have you ever bought Dollar Shave Club razors? No,
Washington.
no. But you know, people are talking about it, or were talking about it. But at the end of the day, don't focus on making a viral video. If you accidentally make a viral video, great. Yeah, but don't focus on it. That, you know, you will never make one which is going to be guaranteed to be viral. And the companies that do go out, for example, Tipex, they did a really good one,
Right.
which went viral, and which was a hunter, something's the bear. And then you could type in what you wanted, and they'd filmed multiple scenarios.
Okay.
And then basically that was a really good one, but it cost an absolute fortune. So that, which is obviously not what you asked me, but at the end of the day, don't focus on viral videos. Then it depends what you do. Have fun with what you're doing. Have a bit of humor. But if again you're a divorce lawyer, you know, you're not going to go, hey, so the bitch is leaving you. Good. You know, you're not going to get away with that. You know, it depends on your subject.
It'd be worth a try.
Well, it really, you know.
Other names are available.
Yeah, there is a solicitor. There's a criminal solicitor in America, a lawyer in America, who did a video where basically it went viral, and he thought sod it, and basically turned around and he did a video about like, hey, if you're a crook and all the rest of it, I can support you, and if you're in jail, don't worry, I come and see you because I'll probably be visiting friends anyway. You know, and it was really good, and he was on the news and everything like that, and he did very well from it, but he took that chance. But it could have backfired.
Backfired big time, yeah. Fair enough. So in that case, then you talk about backfiring. You mentioned a really good one being the Dollar Shave Club. What I've written down here is there a really bad example of one that should never have been made? You can leave it nameless if you need to.
I'm gonna keep the company's name out of this, but their marketing manager made a video, and I actually, it's no longer available, but I took screenshots and the rest of it from it, because essentially I used it then in my training, to show people it's only digital. You can do it again. If it is that rubbish, you can redo it. But this guy, basically, they'd won awards. The company had won an award, and the guy, marketing manager, leaned his phone on he didn't even top and tail it. He literally, he set up the phone, he hit record on the bookshelf or whatever, and then he went and jumped up behind the podium and cut the top of his head off like this. Then he invited his taller friend to come and stand next to him, and his taller friend stood next to him like this, talking, right? So you had these two people, one there and one there, talking to each other, right, about this award that they'd won. And then you see him come down and stop the video, and then he put it on YouTube, publicly available, right? And I thought, oh my goodness, that is so bad. I actually tried contacting them to say, look, at the end of the day, do you want some help, because we can help you with this sort of thing. But it fell on deaf ears. But I think he's no longer with the company, and I think that basically they deleted it after a while.
Fair enough.
But it was terrible. But as I say, I used it in my training. I used it in my presentations and stuff.
Cool. Okay, so well, just to start wrapping this up now, then, final proper question for you. you're clearly passionate about what you do.
Oh, massively, yeah.
It's a case of, come on, why do you love video? Why do you love the world of it?
I enjoy it from two sides. I got into the whole video thing from the acting side. So I was doing like silly little films and stuff with friends and everything else. Yeah. So I've done a little bit of stuff. I've done theatre, and when I came out of the army, I'm one of those people. I believe that life is a series of tick boxes.
Okay.
When I came out of the army in 2001, I thought, you know what, I've always fancied going on stage. So I went to the local amateur dramatics, and I've done theatre, and I've done about 9 plays and stuff like that. Yeah. Then I wondered how they do it in film. So I went and I was in student films with leads and stuff like that. And then extras work with like Emmerdale, and I was Jim Broadbent's driver in the train robbery and stuff like that. And I was
in the great train robbery.
Yeah.
It's not that one on Netflix.
Yes. If you look at The Copper's Tale, which is the second one.
I really like it. I've actually watched it twice.
Have you? Well, you know, at the beginning where the chap comes in, and this is quite funny because my sister said, I watched it and I didn't see you, right? I said, well, you know, but at the beginning where he's in the cinema and this chap comes in and walks down the side and then comes over and whispers into Jim Broadbent's ear, and then they go off into the car. She went, yeah. I said, that was me.
Oh, you did it as well?
Eh?
You went into the walking and the whispering as well, or just the driving bit?
No, I did. I was in it. I was his driver. I was in the film, and I was Jock. But so I got into.
You was Jock. You're a Welsh guy.
I know.
Jock.
If I'm really honest, when we were
so proud.
There was 8 of us who went along because we were they asked us to go along to meet the director. 8 of us, and he picked me. And I honestly think, because he chatted with us all, I honestly think that he didn't know that I was a Welsh accent. I think that he thought I had a Scottish accent until it was pointed out to him later that I was actually Welsh. Yeah, and and when I did my line, at the end, which didn't make it because basically it is in a Welsh accent, but when I did my line at the end, he said, "Oh, can you do it in a Scottish accent?" And I went, "Yeah, right." So I did it in a Scottish accent, and it got cut anyway. But in Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, you can hear my dulcet Welsh tones.
Which one, sorry?
Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell.
No, never heard of that one.
No, never heard of that one, right? No, I was in there. I had a line in that as well. So I done a lot of little tiny things, but I always preferred behind the camera. And that's why I made little films ourselves and stuff. I'm tempted to get back into it. But essentially, I like video from both behind the camera and in front.
Okay.
You know, if you look at the Christmas blooper that I put out on my LinkedIn profile, you'll see that my business partner Mick doesn't like in front of the camera. That's quite funny.
It's a case of also kind of nice how your dog kind of took over it. I mean, the reason why I'm turning around, by the way, it's like I'm actually quite surprised Poppy's actually been asleep through the whole thing. Oh. But you can't hear it from your end, but I can. But there's noises coming out of both ends.
Oh God,
it's not good. It's not.
Good.
Considering my office is only that big, it's not pleasant in here at the moment.
Are you feeding her? What are you feeding her?
Yeah, well, to be honest, the man pretty much anything she get her blinking hands on, but that's because she's 15 weeks and faster.
No, it's because she's a Labrador.
Yeah,
they'll eat anything.
Well, yesterday she tried to eat my wallet.
Yeah,
I wasn't very happy with that because I have a very special wallet that anyway, different to anyway. Tangent, right? Okay, 5 seconds.
She'll be pooping out the change.
There's only receipts and cards in my wallet, Gareth. And a lottery ticket. I bought a lottery ticket ready for just in case for Christmas. I only buy one.
Good luck on that one. No, so I mean, I love video from both angles, and the thing is that the reason I'm so passionate about it is the fact that it is easy to make, and people really should be utilizing it. And it's a great medium. It's a fantastic little medium, and you know, 2023 is here, and it's now different, really, isn't it? It's going to be completely different to what 2022 was, because that was just a weird year. But going forward, people really should be embracing video and making video, even if you just go out with your selfie stick and do conversational blogs. You know, think of a topic and just do a blog. The fact that it's shaky, people will understand that because of the fact you're walking.
To be honest, don't most things like iPhones have like image stabilization stuff in it now and things like that. I know it's going to be limited, but
yeah, it is limited. But at the end of the day, if you're walking and you're filming yourself, people will understand why it's shaky because you're walking.
Yeah.
You know, it's common sense. This is the thing with the trick to filmmaking is basically just what you do is you give people the perception. So let's say, for example, when you're watching a film, they say, let's go to the hospital, and you see the outside of the hospital first.
Yeah.
That's to establish in the audience's head, oh, we're at the hospital. Yeah. Even though they said we're going to the hospital, you know, normally you get like an external. But the thing is, if you hear the sound of a car now going past somewhere, you'd be like, what was that? But if you show the cars going past in the background, so for example, if you've got an on the street office which is really noisy from outside,
yeah,
film with the traffic going past.
Right. Okay. Final question then for you, Gareth, and we'll let the boys and girls basically go from this now, if anybody is still watching at this point. Nothing to do with video, just something I want to ask people off the back of it is, and this is more for my amusement as well. So if you could actually have your time again, what would you like to do? This is nothing to do with video. You know what? This is just for fun. You can have your time again. I'm the genie, pops out the lamp. That's an image you're not going to get rid of your head now. And give you your wishes. You can have your time again. What would you be?
Stuntman.
Stuntman. Not like an Evel Knievel kind of stuntman type.
Highly influenced by the Fall Guy back in the
Fall Guy
in the early 80s. Yeah, and I always when I was little, I always wanted to be either a soldier or a stuntman.
Oh, was that Lee Majors?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
By the way, I've only ever seen it on reruns, by the way. So it's a case of I never saw it first time round. I'm too young.
Oh, I did. It was brilliant, and I used to jump off all sorts. And yeah, how I've not killed myself or broken limbs, I don't know, because I was highly influenced. And yeah, I wish. But when you grow up in,
what kind of stunt? If you vision you being a stuntman, what kind of stunt? Like the ones where they jump off buildings and into the big airbag type things, or that?
Yeah, and all that kind of stuff. I used to jump off all sorts of things. Cool. And as I say, I'm just surprised I'm alive. But yeah, even rope swings out and letting go and falling into bushes and stuff like that.
We used to do stuff with kids on bike and BMXs.
Yeah.
Oh crikey, that was. You wasn't a member when we asked that. We know we had the meet and greet, and we asked I always ask a weird question. And the one was, what do you miss from your childhood? And mine is that when I was a kid, health and safety wasn't. Look in your face, you're thinking of something completely different. It's a case of, but no, mine was health and safety wasn't invented, and we were part of the BMX brigade. And our favourite thing on BMXs wasn't doing the wheelies and things; it was jumping over stuff.
Yeah,
and the favourite thing to jump over was other people.
Other people, yeah.
We used to build this ramshackle ramp, which, like, oh God knows where you get stuff from. But by my house, there was a big hill, and we used to bomb it down the hill and jump over. My record was 11 people jumping over. My mate did 17. We used to like put like a lollipop stick down. Oh yeah, don't worry, I'm getting that. And we used to take it in turns, lying down, and who would be at the end. And this is, I remember him, I can't remember the guy's name, but he was lying at the end. My mate landed on his arm and broke his arm.
Oh geez.
Oh my God! And we walked him out across the field and back talking to his dad. His dad was a big tattooed guy. You know the ones where all the tattoos are spelt incorrectly.
Yeah.
I think, oh my God, he's going to kill us. And he literally, like, ever so sorry, but he goes, what are you doing lying at the end? It's like, we thought we were going to die.
Yeah.
The following day, he come out and he walked his lad over. He says, and he had his cast on his arm. He says, he can't come on his bike, but he will go in the line. Just make sure he doesn't lie at the end.
It was different times. And can you imagine if we had blooming smartphones back then?
Oh,
the YouTube channel would be amazing.
I think it'd be brilliant. It'd be broken in 15 seconds, but that's.
I think for me, the thing that I miss is the lack of computers, because you did socialize more. You did go out more.
You played and you made stuff.
You played and you made things, and you were more creative and crafting, and you do more crafty stuff.
Yeah,
like not crafty as in like, but
I think we got up to a bit of that as well as kids.
Well, of course we did. But the thing is about that, Brett, at the end of the day, the amount of people I hear say, oh, we never had health and safety, we never had this, we never had that when I was younger. But who were the generation that grew up and implemented all of the health and safety?
At that point, I think we better wrap this up then, Gareth, otherwise we'll probably end up being arrested. Can I say thank you very much for your time today?
No worries, it's been a pleasure. The one thing I do like talking about is video. So
absolutely, and I mean, people, if you are still watching this, please subscribe to our channel, like the video, for Christ's sake. Just getting one like would be kind of nice. And Gareth stuff, Gareth, we'll put your links to your website, any materials you want to share out there. We'll put those in the comments. You'll have to tell me how to do that, but we'll get that done. And thank you very much for your time today.
No worries, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
And everybody, we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.